Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new IronMan League Racing video on F124. This is round number 5, around Monza as you can see, and we're going to be starting in intermediate conditions later on the race. It will dry up though, but now we're going to be starting in P18. Very slow start of the line, really late on the reaction time.
What in the traction?
But yeah, it's not too important on Monza anyway, because you can see it's kind of two file into turn number 1, and don't want to take too much risk in turn 1 Monza anyway. You can see Istvan Pukki went off there in turn 1, and another McLaren went off the road in turn 2, and we've already gained 3 positions just by people running wide. There's a McLaren going slowly on the outside. I think he got an illegal overtake, and now straight away up to P12 we're gonna break a lot later than our championship rival Danny Bresnay into the second chicane. And up to P11 we go for a moment. We could squeeze a little bit under the curb. And now up to P10 around the outside in Lesmo 1. Can't quite get the power down, unfortunately. And yeah, Lesmo 2 is not a great overtaking opportunity. Not a great place to go side by side. A lot tighter than Lesmo 1. But now already up to P11, even though we took it really carefully into turn 1. And that might have been a little bit the secret. As you can see, Ismail Fassi into Ascari, running a little bit off the road, and that means he's going to get a power run into the final corner. Held up the Ferrari a little bit with that as well, and that helped us massively to get past into the final corner, well before the final corner actually. So P10 it is, and now we're going to try to get Ismail Fassi into turn 1. You can see he probably has a lot more battery to play with. We've used a lot in that opening lap to make all those moves from P18 to P10, so that's a great opening lap. And now we're gonna try and find our way past Ismail Fassi, although he is an F1 esports driver, of course, so he is
paradise.
He is a lot harder to overtake than most other drivers. As we now move on to midway into lap 2, into Ascari we go again, and as you can see we got a great run out of Ascari again. And that means we're gonna have a chance into the final corner, using the overtake, going down the inside and moving up to P9 behind Ismail Fassi again. And then behind our teammate Timbo as we start lap 3. Only one overtake made on this lap, but that's fine. Can't expect to overtake 8 people every single lap. And now into turn 1 we're gonna go. Timbo fighting Ismail a little bit. And we're gonna try and get past as soon as we can. You can see Timbo still fighting it actually, going around the outside in the chicane. Excuse me, my voice is not great. I've been sick again over the past week, hence why there was a bit of a gap with YouTube uploads. And now into the second chicane we're gonna go. And because Timbo was fighting Ismail so much, we've now gotten past Ismail and Timbo. Of course, Timbo being our teammate, every team having one amateur driver and one pro driver. Yeah, he still helped us out. He did a great job actually there. So P7 it is. You can see El Guidi with a 10-second penalty. I can imagine that's for an illegal overtake. I wouldn't know what else it's for. It's not possible that it's speeding in the pit lane. And now into the final corner we're gonna go around the outside of Gap. Let's see if we can find our way through. We can't quite. Gap breaks a little later, but that means we can go for the switchback. There's just enough room for a switchback. And up to P6 we go. And now straight away we're gonna go in the attack on El Guidi. You can see it's drying up. We see the purple last sector. And up to P5 we go. Thomas up next. However, we're gonna have to box soon onto a set of the dry tires here. Because those inters are gonna be absolutely dying if we stay out on track one more lap. So here we go then. You can see a lot of people staying out actually for another lap. Intermediates are quite a good tire on F124. So onto the mediums we're gonna go. Those
Vamos!
won't make it until the end of the race, I think so. But usually there is a safety car at some point in this race anyway. If not, we just go to another set of tires again and try to make up the pit stop gap. But of course, something we have to keep in mind as well, there's a possibility it's gonna rain again. The starting screen, at the strategy screen, I should say, at the beginning of the race, only shows 45 minutes into the race, or maybe 1 hour. So, yeah, we're missing almost half of the race there, and we don't know what's going to happen at that point. So, yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see how this all pans out. Now, midway into lap 8, you can see more people boxing right now. And we still need to get past FGE, Eisner, and Sheno Grazzi. They're both on the hards and on a drying track. Obviously, those hards are going to be struggling more than usual, as they just take slightly longer to warm up. So here we go then. A bit of slipstream from the car ahead as well makes the move a lot easier. We've managed to undercut Thomas, and now we're straight away going to go for the move into turn 1 up to P1. And this has been a great opening stint from 18th to 1st.
Okay, caution. Virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta on your dash.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know what happened.
That's not ideal for whoever was involved. Not sure what exactly happened. A car spun, and I think a lot of people drove into it.
Wait for the greens.
But yeah, it doesn't matter too much for us. We've got a 2-second gap. Make that actually 1.4 second gap to Sheno Grazzi as we get up to speed again. And then we've got Danny Bresny, our championship rival, on the mediums behind us as well. And you can see we set the fast lap of the race. Danny improves on that.
Sooner or later I'm gonna lose this DRS. Or the gap. I just can't keep fighting against this. They're way too fast on the straight. With the DRS and the slipstream.
And yeah, as you can hear me say there, we've broken the DRS, but two cars working together are so much faster than when you're just driving out in front on your own. And that's probably why you guys have not seen a single race on F1 24 where someone managed to break the DRS and actually managed to keep that gap, because the slipstream and the DRS is too strong that if two people swap around lap after lap, they will just catch up, because it's so much faster to swap around lap after lap. So yeah, we lost that gap eventually, which was to be expected. We got Thomas on the hards. He could go to the end of this race, I think so. But yeah, the question is that going to be faster than boxing, or is it going to rain at some point? So back up to P1 we go, and this is what I was talking about. Me and Danny just swapping around lap after lap after lap, to kind of just keep as big of a gap to P5 as possible. You can see Ben Sabaconi 10 seconds behind. He's driving on his own, and he's just not going to be able to get back into this race like this. He will just keep losing time as me and Danny are working together. Danny gets past me into Ascari, and then on the main straight I pass him again, because you can see we get a quite good slipstream into the final corner as well, which gains us like 2/10, which makes us catch up a little bit again. And then we use some ERS down into turn 1, and we're just going to keep doing that lap after lap. We got Thomas on the hards behind, of course. He might get past at some point as well, but it's not that important. It doesn't matter too much if we're P1, 2, 3. Because there's still so many laps to go in this race. Still 34 laps to go, 35 laps to go actually. And now in lap 20, you can see Thomas really close to Danny. So yeah, Danny going for a move here. Actually, Ismail going for a move as well. We almost got into an incident there. Now we have to use a bit of our battery to defend from Thomas, but that was a close one. So yeah, you can see, as I said before, Ben's just losing heaps of time. It was 11.5 seconds, the gap. It has come down a little bit in that corner by 7/10 because of the little incident we had, the little bunch up. And now, start of lap 20, we're going to try and get past Danny again. Now we've got Thomas behind, and he's only going to get faster and faster on those hards, of course. I decided to just save that set of hards in case we desperately need it later on in this race. As Thomas went down the outside.
Thomas to the left.
And yeah, Thomas went down the left there and kind of boxed himself in. So yeah, Danny got past there by both me and Thomas, but now it's me and Thomas leading, and we're gonna be swapping around again if Danny does not get past us as well, because I've got a feeling here that we might drop down to P3 here. You can see the gap is already closing by quite a lot, and that probably means Danny's using his overtake button to get closer.
And there goes Danny again.
And yeah, as you can see, into turn 1, Danny down our inside. We brake late, but yeah, the question is it gonna be late enough? We go side by side into turn 2 and manage to keep P2. Danny knows as well that there's not too much point in fighting this really hard. That's why we're leaving each other so much room there in turn 1 and 2. A lap 25 now, and as you can see, Ismail now behind us. We managed to get past Thomas again. And yeah, it's just DRS overtake after DRS overtake, and now we're gonna get passed by 3 cars
as well.
into turn number 1. And yeah, I reckon this is gonna happen more and more in this race as we get closer and closer to each other. I think everyone is starting to get into rhythm and start driving better. So everyone starts being really close to each other going into the final corner. And that means the leader is just gonna drop down to P4 if they're not using a lot of battery.
I can't be bothered with this overtaking all the time. There's no point. There's literally no point. If I want, I could go to P1 next lap.
And yeah, as you can hear me say there, we can overtake every lap if we want, but yeah, there's just not much point. Like if we use our battery here, I'm
just gonna pass you again, Daddy. Don't worry.
We easily jump up to P2, and the next lap we get up to P1 as we now go on the inside of Thomas. And yeah, as you can see, he's been disconnected from.
Please don't spawn back.
The session. And
whoa! Chill.
Yeah, as you can see there, that
Come
meant
back here,
we had to push a little bit to stay in the DRS.
Whoa! Chill.
Even if he would break the DRS, of course, he would have the same fate as us. He would just get reeled back in eventually. So yeah, here we go then. Lap 28. Thomas looks to be out of contention here, after being disconnected, or maybe a game crash, I'm not sure. But up to P1 we're gonna go again and move ahead of Ismail. Again, not much point in that overtake. It's just to try and create a big of a gap as possible. You can see Ben Sabo now 16.5 seconds behind.
Okay, rain is imminent. Rain is imminent. Be careful out there. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
And yeah, as you can hear there, rain is imminent, which means we're gonna have to move on to the intermediates at some point again. And yeah, now the fighting is gonna start.
What's the point? Just go, lads.
Yeah, the fighting is gonna start from here on, because if it's wet, you kind of want more track position. It doesn't matter a lot more at that point than in a dry.
Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
No shit! I thought full wets were the fastest. Idiot!
And yeah, asking for a weather report and getting a tyre report is not what I wanted there. I wanted a weather report. And we did not get it, but we got our answer soon anyway. Lap 35. And as you can see, starting to come down with rain a little bit. I decided to stay out as DRS was still enabled. I decided I decided to go for the move into turn 1. Ismail did have DRS as well, but just didn't seem to be as fast on the straight.
Oh shit! Oh! There's no grip.
See there. No grip in turn 1. So we might have made the wrong call here.
He lost 2 seconds just in that corner alone. It's okay though. Disable DRS please, thank you very much. Disable DRS, disable DRS, disable DRS. No!
And yeah, unfortunately Ismail's gonna re-overtake us again into Ascari, as DRS was still enabled right there and then. You can see Danny has gained 3/10 so far on us, so did get a bit of an undercut so far, but he still has...
Which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters?
Has a few corners to go, of course. So yeah, we're gonna be boxing, of course, at the end of this lap onto a set of the intermediates. We do have a full battery. Looks like Danny has undercut us by around 2 seconds. Of course, we get the advantage of better tires, so it might equal out a little bit towards the
Unlucky
end of the
job.
stint. Not sure. But we're gonna find out. On to the intermediates we're gonna go. Question is now, will be intermediates for the rest of the race? Yes or no? So here we go then. We still got some people on the
Wait,
hards
what?
actually.
Wait, what?
Seno Gracci and
How did
G. Eisner. As you can see, we actually
pitched them behind.
managed to jump Ismail somehow.
And gap to the car in front, 5.2 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Your last lap time, 1 minute 28.2. And you're closing by 4/10 a lap. Keep it going.
And yeah, as you can see there, Danny 5 seconds ahead. Looks like the undercut was slightly
I'm out of
more than 2
batteries now.
seconds. But our pace seemed to
Go.
be slightly worse at the start of the stint as well. I think we're running quite a bit lower wings than Ismail, for example. So yeah, we did not have great pace early on in that intermediate stint, but it might still dry up. And we do have slightly better tires. You can see.
Current forecast is 5 or 10 minutes more of rain before it starts to dry up. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
And now on to lap 45. You can see we've closed the gap to Danny by around a second. And now we're gonna get past Ismail again into turn 1. You can see the overspeed we have. Bit of battery and a bit of slipstream. Helped of course as well. And now the gap is 4 seconds. You just have to keep pushing. And with 8 laps to go, we need to gain around half a second per lap on average. Which if we work together with the help of slipstream, I reckon we might be able to pull it off. End of lap 48, and as you can see, we're gonna let Ismail go again. 5 laps to go, 4 seconds is the gap, so looks like it's gonna be really tough to catch back up to Danny. Because now we're gonna have to gain nearly a second per lap in order to catch up. However, if it does dry up and DRS becomes enabled, that could be a possibility.
I mean, it looks dry, but this is probably one of those scenarios you go on slicks and you're 10 seconds of the pace.
And yeah,
no point.
with 4 laps to go, the gap from
That's not
Ismail
ideal as well.
to Danny was 3.5 seconds.
Wait,
And-
when did DRS get enabled?
Yeah, that was really unfortunate that Ismail boxed, because if we had both stayed out, I reckon there was a slight chance
If you stayed out,
we could have caught up, as you can hear me say there.
we could have made it. No. Oh, he's catching me though. They're not fast enough. I think so.
And yeah, with 3 laps to go, Ismail boxed onto the softs, of course, didn't make it, only caught up by 8 seconds. Even though the track was completely dry. But that's what I was saying before as well. The intermediates are a really good tire on F124. And we managed to come home in P2. Unfortunately, losing 7 points to our championship rival, Danny Bresnay. Ismail Fassi gets the fast lap of the race.
GG's guys. Good race.
And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed as well. Bit of a hectic start, bit more of a boring end. We couldn't quite catch up to Danny, unfortunately. But however, it's still better than getting no podium or no points, of course. Ismail Fassi P3, Joni Tomela P4, Istvan Pukki P5, Ben Sabo Konyi in P6. As you can see, the gaps are massive. Me and Danny were the closest together up to P7 and P8. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want to see more league racing content. Make sure to check out jarnoopmer.com for my merchandise as well. And see you guys next time. Ciao.